Hi guys, Scott Woodward to talk about the New Zealand Warriors NRL 2015 preview. And look, there's no prizes for guessing what the tactics are going to be here for New Zealand. It's going to be bash and barge. It's going to be brawn over brains here. And why wouldn't you do it? Have a look at the muscle power that the coach has got at his disposal in this side. I don't think I've seen a back line so blockbusting as this back line. We're talking about young Solomone Kata, who is actually a centre, but they've got that many centres. He's probably going to be shifted to the wing, and he'll probably knock out some extremely promising wingers in Fusitua and Fishiahi for a wing position. So we've got Kata, we've got Lillyman, we've got Hurrell, and we've got Waratahs. They all look like they're quadruplets, all from the same family, and they're all Sherman tanks, and they hit the ball at 1,000 miles an hour, and they just keep on going. So if they're playing any team that has got a suspect defensive back line, they're in awful trouble. Now that's just the back line. We look at the forwards, and it's a very good situation for the coach Andrew McFadden, where he's got on the left edge Ryan Hoffman, who is his big off-season buy for the Melbourne Storm, and on the right side, the captain, Simon Mannering. I'm assuming he's going to play Simon on the right side and not playing Locke forward. So if he does that and he plays Mannering and Hoffman as his two starting back rowers, well, they'll both play 80 minutes, and what that's going to mean is that will free up an extra 2 interchanges for the 2 props and the Locke forward. So when they come on, they can just go crazy in 10 and 15 minute stints, and every run can be an absolute 100% run. So we'll have blockbusting charging from the forwards. I think the Locke forward will probably go to Ikahihifo, I would think. And the props will be Ben Matalino and Sam Rapira. But there's plenty to choose from there. Sione Lousi trialled very well. Jacob Lillyman, a class act, state of origin quality prop forward. Matagi is a coach favourite who always comes on and gives 100% when he goes as well. But he's got plenty of other guys to choose from this Warriors team, that if there's any injuries, it won't matter, because they don't have to be on for very long. They just have to get the ball and go very hard. And these Warriors, while they make a lot of errors, they're going to hurt a lot of sides, and they're going to tire a lot of sides. And after they've got the good go forward, they just get the ball in the hands of Shaun Johnson, and whoever's going to be the sixth, I think it's going to be probably Chad Townsend or Thomas Leuluai is a contender for that position, but he can also fill in for Nathan Friend at hooker. The guy that I would like to see play 6 would be Leuluai. I think he's an outstanding prospect. He can play fullback and he can play 6. But what I will say about him is he's a genuine NRL first grade spine player, and I think he has an amazing future. And while I think Chad Townsend is very promising, he hasn't got the class of Leuluai. Leuluai is going places. And I think if he gets into that 6th position and he clicks with Johnson, well, we really have to look at this New Zealand side about being a real serious contender to win the competition, because that gives them an outstanding 1, 6 and 7. They've got the Pommy fullback Sam Tompkins at 1, and we all know what he can do. He's a fly machine. He reads the play very well. He backs up, finds holes, and there'll be plenty of holes with this backline that I just talked about, and the way that they're going to play the forwards. They've got the luxury of having Mannering and Hoffman playing for 80 minutes and not have to interchange them. So it's going to be outstanding to watch the New Zealand Warriors. They'll be frustrating at times. They can give a lot of penalties away, and they can make a lot of errors. The thing that the coach really has to get right is their ability to jump on a plane. They've got an outstanding record at home. They always go very good on home soil. Last year, they only won 12. So they had 12 games away, and they only won 4 games. So that's just not good enough if they have to not only play semi-finals, but happen to make the 4. They've got to get their away record right. And it remains to be seen if that's going to happen. So that's something that I would like to see, but it's clearly something that Andrew McFadden would have spoken about. But whatever you think of the New Zealand Warriors, they're certainly very entertaining to watch. And if they happen to be playing your team, they're going to be very, very sore the next day. So enjoy the season. If you're a Warriors fan, I know I'm going to enjoy watching them. Cheers.